Your cucumber plants are trying to tell you something right now, and most gardeners are too busy to notice. That slight droop in the afternoon. Those flowers that bloom and fall off without ever becoming a cucumber. That one vine that's thriving while the other three just sit there sulking. None of that is bad luck. It's your plant sending you a signal, and today I'm going to show you exactly what they're asking for. By the end of this video you'll know the handful of things that separate a cucumber plant that limps along all summer from one that hands you baskets of crisp, sweet cucumbers faster than you can eat them. Stick around, because the third thing on this list is something almost nobody talks about, and it might be the exact reason your harvest has been disappointing. Hey there, welcome back to Earthly Gardening, the place where we make growing your own food simple, affordable, and honestly kind of fun. If you're new here, I'm glad you found us. This channel is all about practical tips that don't require a fancy greenhouse or a stack of expensive products. Just real advice for real backyard gardeners working with what they've got. And if you've been with us for a while, welcome back. You already know how we do things around here, so let's get right into it. Before we dive in, if any of this helps you out today, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. It genuinely helps this channel grow and it costs you nothing. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's a great time, because we've got a lot more of this kind of practical, no-nonsense gardening advice coming your way all season long. Alright, let's get your cucumber plants the attention they've been asking for. The first thing your cucumbers are begging for. Let's start with watering, because I promise you this is not the boring water talk you're expecting. Most people think if the soil looks dry, water it, and if it looks wet, leave it alone. Cucumbers don't work like that. These plants are almost entirely made of water, which is exactly why inconsistent watering shows up so fast in the way they look and taste. One day of neglect and you'll notice the leaves looking a little tired by afternoon. A few days of that pattern and the fruit itself turns bitter, no matter how good your soil is. Here's the part nobody explains well. Cucumbers don't actually want to be watered every single day. What they want is deep, consistent moisture that doesn't swing between soaked and bone dry. Think of it like feeding a toddler. A little bit constantly throughout the day leads to meltdowns. One solid, satisfying meal keeps everyone calm. Water deeply 2 or 3 times a week rather than giving your plants a light sprinkle daily. The roots will stretch downward searching for that moisture, which builds a stronger plant that can handle a hot afternoon without wilting dramatically the second the sun gets intense. A simple trick that works even if you're not the most attentive gardener is sticking your finger about 2 inches into the soil before you water. If it's still cool and slightly damp down there, skip watering for another day. Your cucumbers will thank you with fewer cracked fruits and way less bitterness. The feeding mistake that's quietly ruining your harvest. Now let's talk about something that trips up even people who've been gardening for years. Cucumbers are heavy feeders, meaning they pull a lot of nutrients out of the soil fast. But here's where it gets interesting. Feeding them the wrong thing at the wrong time can actually work against you. Early on, cucumber plants want nitrogen to build strong leaves and vines. But once flowers start showing up, if you keep dumping nitrogen-heavy fertilizer on them, you'll end up with a jungle of gorgeous green leaves and almost no cucumbers. The plant gets so busy growing foliage that it forgets its actual job, which is making fruit. Once those first yellow flowers appear, it's time to shift towards something with more phosphorus and potassium. You don't need anything expensive or complicated. A simple compost tea or a balanced organic fertilizer works beautifully. Banana peels buried near the base of the plant are a favorite trick among budget-conscious gardeners, since they release potassium slowly as they break down, right when the plant needs that boost the most. The lesson here is timing matters just as much as what you're feeding. Green leaves early, fruiting support later. Get that sequence right and you'll notice a real difference in how many cucumbers actually show up on the vine. Give your vine something to climb, even if you think you don't have room. If your cucumbers are sprawling across the ground right now, I want you to picture something for a second. Imagine trying to grow while lying flat on damp soil all day, surrounded by bugs, fungus, and everything crawling underneath you. That's basically what a cucumber vine experiences without support. Letting cucumbers sprawl isn't just messy, it invites problems. Fruit sitting directly on wet soil is far more likely to rot, develop soft spots, or get nibbled by slugs before you even notice. Vertical growth changes everything. When your plant climbs, air moves freely around the leaves, which cuts down on fungal issues significantly. Sunlight reaches more of the plant evenly instead of just the top layer. And harvesting becomes so much easier, because you're not crouching around, digging through leaves trying to find where the cucumbers are hiding. You don't need a fancy trellis system for this. A simple cattle panel, a row of stakes with twine strung between them, or even an old chain link section leaned against a fence works perfectly fine. Cucumbers naturally send out little tendrils that grab onto anything nearby, so once you point them in the right direction, they pretty much do the climbing themselves. This single change, giving your plant something to grow up instead of sideways, is one of the simplest ways to boost both the quality and the quantity of what you harvest. Why your flowers are falling off without becoming cucumbers. This one frustrates so many gardeners, and I totally understand why. You see flowers everywhere, you get excited, and then a few days later those same flowers just shrivel up and drop off without turning into anything. So what's happening here? Cucumber plants produce two types of flowers, male and female, and early in the season they often produce mostly male flowers first. Those male flowers won't turn into fruit no matter what you do, and that's completely normal, not a sign anything is wrong. The female flowers are the ones with a tiny swollen bulge right behind the petals, almost like a miniature cucumber waiting to happen. Once those show up, you need pollination to actually occur for that flower to develop. If you're not seeing many bees or pollinators visiting your garden, you might need to lend a hand. Take a small paintbrush or even a cotton swab, gently collect pollen from a male flower, and dab it into the center of a female flower. It sounds a little silly the first time you do it, but it works remarkably well and takes less than a minute per plant. Another factor worth mentioning is heat stress. When temperatures climb too high during a heat wave, plants sometimes drop flowers as a survival tactic, redirecting energy towards staying alive rather than producing fruit. If you notice a lot of flower drop during a particularly hot stretch, that's often the explanation rather than anything you did wrong. Before we move into the next few tips, I want to pause for just a second. If this is giving you a few light bulb moments already, do me a favor and drop a comment letting me know which tip stood out the most. It genuinely helps me know what to cover more of in future videos, and I love reading through what you're all dealing with in your gardens. While you're at it, tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet, because we're just getting into the good stuff now. Alright, let's keep going. The ground under your cucumbers matters more than you think. Mulching gets mentioned so often that people tend to tune it out, but stick with me here because this is genuinely one of the most underused tricks for cucumber success. A 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch around your plants does far more than just look tidy. First, it locks moisture into the soil, meaning you won't be fighting that constant cycle of dry, then soaked, then dry again that stresses your plants out. Second, it keeps soil temperature more stable, which cucumbers appreciate since their roots are sensitive to sudden temperature swings. And third, mulch acts like a barrier between soil-borne diseases and your lower leaves, since rain won't be splashing dirt and pathogens directly onto the plant every time it storms. Straw, dried grass clippings, shredded leaves, even cardboard work perfectly well here, and most of that is either free or something you already have sitting around. This isn't about spending money on decorative bark mulch from a garden center. It's about creating a protective layer that does real work for your plant while costing you almost nothing. The pest that sneaks up on everyone. Cucumber beetles are probably the most common headache in cucumber growing, and they're sneaky because by the time you notice the damage, they've often already done a lot of it. These small striped or spotted beetles chew on leaves and stems, but the real problem is what they carry with them, a bacterial wilt disease that can take down an otherwise healthy plant surprisingly fast. The good news is prevention here doesn't require anything harsh. Floating row covers placed over young plants keep beetles from ever reaching them in the first place, and you simply remove the cover once flowering starts so pollinators can get in. Companion planting also helps more than people expect. Radishes, nasturtiums, and dill planted nearby tend to confuse or repel these beetles, giving your cucumbers a layer of natural protection without a single spray. If you're already seeing beetles, a strong blast of water in the early morning knocks a surprising number of them off the plant, and doing this consistently for several days in a row genuinely reduces their numbers. Diatomaceous earth sprinkled around the base is another gentle option that works without introducing anything harmful into your garden. Why spacing your plants out actually grows more cucumbers, not less. This might be the most counterintuitive tip on this list, but hear me out. Cramming cucumber plants close together feels like it should mean more harvest, since more plants equals more cucumbers, right? In reality, overcrowded cucumbers compete fiercely for light, nutrients, and airflow, and that competition often leaves every single plant weaker than if you'd simply given each one more breathing room. Instead of producing loads of healthy cucumbers, crowded plants often end up with fewer flowers, smaller fruit, and vines that struggle to keep growing once the weather heats up. Poor airflow between crowded plants is also one of the biggest contributors to powdery mildew, that white dusty coating you might have battled before on leaves late in the season. Once mildew starts spreading through a tightly packed patch, it can move from plant to plant surprisingly fast, weakening the leaves that fuel fruit production. Spacing plants roughly 12 to 18 inches apart, especially when growing vertically, gives each one enough access to sunlight and circulating air to stay healthy through the whole season. If your plants are already in the ground and closer together than that, it's not the end of the world. Just keep a closer eye on airflow-related issues and consider thinning if things start looking overly crowded as the season progresses. You can also remove a few older leaves near the base of the vines to improve air circulation without sacrificing much growth. Sometimes less really is more when it comes to cucumber spacing, and giving each plant a little extra room often leads to a bigger harvest overall. Harvesting at the right moment makes a bigger difference than you'd expect. Here's something that surprises a lot of home gardeners. How often and how promptly you harvest actually influences how many more cucumbers your plant produces afterward. Leaving a cucumber on the vine too long, letting it grow oversized and yellowish, sends a signal to the plant that its job of reproducing is done, and it naturally slows down the production of new flowers and fruit. That one overlooked cucumber can reduce the overall productivity of the plant much more than people realize. Picking cucumbers regularly, ideally every couple of days once they start producing, keeps the plant in constant production mode. It essentially tricks the plant into thinking it still has work to do, so it continues sending out fresh flowers and setting new fruit throughout the season. Frequent harvesting also prevents mature cucumbers from draining the plant's energy, allowing it to focus on producing a steady stream of tender new cucumbers instead. This is why gardeners who harvest consistently often enjoy a much longer and more productive harvest than those who wait for cucumbers to become oversized. A good rule of thumb, depending on the variety, is to harvest cucumbers once they reach about 6 to 8 inches long, while they're still firm, deep green, and evenly colored. Don't wait until they become huge just because they can. Smaller, regularly picked cucumbers almost always have a sweeter flavor, fewer seeds, and a crisp, refreshing texture, making them far better for fresh eating and even for pickling in many cases. So here's what your cucumber plants have really been asking for this whole time. Consistent, deep watering instead of scattered sprinkling. The right nutrients at the right stage of growth. Something sturdy to climb so they're not fighting gravity and rot on the ground. A little help with pollination when nature isn't providing enough on its own. Mulch protecting their roots and leaves. Early defense against sneaky beetles. Enough space to breathe. And regular harvesting to keep that fruit production going strong all season long. None of this requires expensive equipment or complicated routines. It just requires knowing what your plants actually need and giving it to them at the right moment. If you put even a few of these tips into practice this week, don't be surprised if your cucumber plants start producing more than you know what to do with. If this video helped you out, make sure to like it, drop a comment telling me which tip you're trying first, and subscribe if you're new here, because there's a lot more practical, budget-friendly gardening advice coming your way. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.